This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome. We are so grateful you're joining us. It's Ladies' Day.
It is.
Ladies' morning. It's good to see your face again.
I'm so happy to be back. I got to tell you guys, Colin and I went on our first vacation to St. Martin without the baby. And so that was really nice. We did miss her, but we partnered with the St. Martin Hospitality and Trade Association for our series, World of Travel. You know, we travel around the world, show you what to eat, what to drink, where to have fun, where to stay. And so we worked hard, but we had a great time and we reconnected, and I feel rejuvenated, ready to work.
I can tell. You're glowing in a good way.
Thank you.
I also wrote Colin was like, where are you? Why can't I be there? I was so mad.
Well, a little bit, because I don't want people to stalk me at any resort that I'm at, so I won't really post exactly where I am, but we'll do a lot of posting this week.
Okay, good. Keep a lookout for that. All right, we got big news. I'm sure y'all know. Britney Spears is pregnant. Oh, baby. Maybe. She made the announcement on Instagram, but it left a lot of people really confused. So let's dive in. Let's dissect. In the post, Britney said, I lost so much weight to go on my Maui trip only to gain it back. I thought, geez, what happened to my stomach? My husband said, no, you're food pregnant, silly. So I got a pregnancy test and, well, I'm having a baby. 4 days later, I got a little more food pregnant. It's growing. If 2 are in there, I might just lose it. She then goes on to talk about having perinatal depression. Britney's fiance, Sam Asghari, seemed to confirm the pregnancy news, posting, fatherhood is something I've always looked forward to and I don't take lightly. It is the most important job I will ever do. So we're also hearing from Britney's ex, Kevin Federline, through his lawyer. He congratulated Britney and wished her the best for a happy, healthy pregnancy. So the first thing that I saw that everyone started posting was, Britney says she's pregnant. Do you both think she's pregnant or just food pregnant and sort of was cryptic in this message?
I don't think Britney's messages on social media have ever been like super direct and clear.
Right.
It's just been like a vague kind of statement. So I thought she was pretty much pregnant, and she's saying it in the Britney Spears way.
The Britney way.
Yeah,
Erica, you as well?
Yeah, Britney's going to give us a beginning, a middle, and end, a lot of subtext. I think she's pregnant, and congratulations to her.
Right. Okay, so what do you think about Sam? What do you think about the pregnancy? A lot of people are like, she's unwell, she's not strong enough to do so. I take a very different view, but I'd love to hear your opinion. What was your first thoughts?
Well, on a funny note, she got pregnant, in Hawaii? So
yeah.
I was like, it's pretty simple to get pregnant on vacation.
Are you pregnant again?
No, I'm not pregnant again, but that's where we were the first time, you know? So I'm like, okay, that's easy to do. But also, I think the part that bothered me the most about her conservatorship when she was trying to get out of it was the part where she was talking about that she had no option to get married, or she had no option to have babies, and she had no option whether or not she wanted to keep an IUD in. And so this just feels like people think it's way too quick, but this seems like much more freedom that I appreciate over a woman's body and her choosing what she would like to do. And so that, to me, on a deeper, serious level, is something that I think she should be able to enjoy as a grown woman, whatever you think about her.
Well, and some people, I know that people are kind of thinking about it in terms of what's been happening with her before, but in terms of what's happening with her now, Britney's 40. She's been on birth control for a very long time. A lot of women struggle to get pregnant after being on birth control for that long. So the idea that she was able to get pregnant at 40 just off of birth control is going to give people some hope.
I agree. First of all, I thought it was great to bring up the perinatal depression, because anytime you can put awareness on something like that, I'm not sure people know what that means, but it's not postnatal, which you usually hear. It's before or during the pregnancy, there's a depression there. But second, I was thinking what you guys were thinking is, as I read her post, she does look a little out there, but the woman wasn't allowed to drink a cup of coffee. She couldn't use her wallet. She's never opened a computer. She's never opened a computer. She couldn't go get a spa. She couldn't relax. And finally, she's found a guy who seems to be a really good guy, Sam. He got her exercising, got her mental health, has protected her for free. Britney, I'm very happy for her. She's not normal in like the way she's quirky, but I am too. And so I'm very happy for her.
And I'm glad she noted about the perinatal depression, but it was like in the mumbo jumbo at the bottom of the post.
Right.
So a lot of people kind of missed it, like, oh my gosh, is she pregnant or not? But that's like bringing awareness to a serious topic, and I think something that people should talk about more. And she elaborated, saying, you know, when she had her 2 other kids, she wasn't allowed, she felt like, to share about how she was feeling when she was going through some of these experiences, because automatically automatically she felt like she would be shamed. And so this is the first time that she's like, listen, I'm going to be open about my whole pregnancy experience. Whether you like it or not, it's mine. And I really appreciate that because I felt the same exact way.
Oh, baby, baby, right? It's a Britney song.
I think everybody.
All right, what happens when a driverless car gets pulled over by police? Well, a video of this happening is in San Francisco. It's right here, and it's going viral. Check this out. The driverless car appears to then leave the scene. It crosses an intersection, then stops again with its hazard lights on, and the cops catch back up to it, which they pulled over for not having lights on at night. Now, the company, which is called Cruise, Twitter claims the car moved to a safer location as intended. Police did not give the company a ticket. So if you're confused, this company has cars that are like Uber or Lyft, but without drivers in them. So you can order a ride, and then like the future turns up, and you just get into a car. And you just like fly away.
So I lived in Phoenix, Arizona before I moved out here, and they were testing a lot of this.
Okay.
I don't know if it was this exact company.
This
but they
was
were
only San Francisco.
Right, where they were. It wasn't this exact company,
Okay.
but they were rolling around driverless cars maybe midday. I don't know if it's because it's a retiree community. Roads are kind of empty. I was lost, but they freaked me out. Like,
I know.
If I was the police officer, I would be offended. Like, what do you do in this situation? This whole thing is just like, no, I don't know.
It's like,
and I'm never gonna order a driverless car, even if that's what everybody's doing. I'm just gonna have to drive myself every single place.
I would never. Would you order yourself a driver? Would you, Erica?
I don't know. I'm so sorry, guys. My mom's been on lockdown, and yeah, so I've been paying attention to my phone, and she's just been like upgraded from a situation where she can move from where she was at. So I was very distracted. I apologize.
Oh my gosh.
She just texted me.
She's
She was
okay?
the only person that could text me, so I took the text. So I really don't know what's going on. I'm terribly sorry.
You're totally okay, and I'm just so glad she's okay right now.
Yes, she's okay.
That's so funny you said that. My mom had what we assume might have been a little stroke last night, and I was very distracted myself. It's funny how
and then
being honest is the best way.
But you never know what's going on with anybody. And so even stopping down the segment to just be honest about what's going on with you. Like we talked about the woman who smiled all the time but jumped off the building in Manhattan and nobody knew what was going on because she was so happy. We have to just be honest and open about what's going on because Erica, we hope your mom's okay. Tori, I hope your mom's okay. You know, there's things that happen every day for us, but we smile and get on TV and just do our best.
You're right, and that's what makes the shows different. We're just real. Please tell Dr. Cobb we're thinking of her.
Tell Judy I'm sending my love.
I will. She goes, I'm fine. She's crazy. All right. Well, good honest moment between the three of us. That's a good ladies' day. Coming up on DBL, our interview with actress Camryn Manheim. Did you know Camryn isn't her birth name? She'll tell us why she changed it. And Dr. Coley's here. We're talking about indoor mask mandates. Are they coming back?
Is she at school?
Closed captioning provided by
This April, connect with Al, Lindsay, Erica, Jeff, and Tori.
This is gonna be a good one.
Real conversations are on DBL.
I tried to contain myself. I wanted to scream it out loud.
DBL, all new every day.
I have to say something though. What Lindsay just reminded me. I saw a quote yesterday that said, "Everyone's facing an invisible burden that you know nothing about." And I love that Erica was honest and open. And then like I've been wanting to share that too with you guys.
But it didn't like make sense in the show.
Yeah, and also like I didn't know how, but sometimes you just got to get it out. So if you have an invisible burden you're dealing with, this is 3 people on live TV telling you to talk it out.
But also people like you and I internalize. The same exact way. So if somebody does something, then we're like, oh my God, they hated us today. But really, they're not even thinking about you. They have something totally.
That's your narrative.
90% of the time. Sometimes it could be about you. Maybe you were
10% it is.
JA a couple weeks ago and they're still feeling the type of way. But most times it's kind of like they got their own thing going on.
Exactly
It
right.
could be like, oh, my baby's not feeling well.
That's right.
That's where my mind is.
That's weird. It's called an anchoring experience. So, for instance, if you trip and fall right before you walk into a party, which I've done many times.
I've not done that. That's pretty specific.
You walk in and you think everyone's like looking at you and staring at you, but like your narrative isn't. No one knows about it. It's like the invisible narrative. You tell yourself over and over and over again. So I hope everyone's mom is doing okay. I hope everyone's dad's doing okay. My father called and was a really good support system for my mom. But again, if you do see someone slurring, slumping, just a little off, we called an ambulance right away. She got in there, and we're hoping it's just a drug interaction. But again, another sign to get checked out medically. We also have this woman on. Who is?
Dr. Coley.
She saves lives. Right
Dr.
here.
Coley with the highlights.
I know, the caramel hair.
Yeah, the caramel highlights.
Well, I was just telling Jameson I had a crazy road rage lady on the way over here.
Really?
Oh, no.
Are you all right?
Just like raised my blood pressure a little bit.
Okay, let's all take an
Sit down now.
So real quick,
Welcome back. There's lots to talk about today with our medical expert, Dr. Coley. Paging. Dr. Coley. All right. Thanks for. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I was interested in this. Philly has reintroduced the indoor mask mandate because their COVID cases are going up. Are we expected to see that more?
So first city in the United States, guys, are they visionary or are they taking a step backwards? So what the CDC says is that you should wear a mask if you live in an area with a high level of transmission and your individual risk is high. So guess what Philadelphia County is for transmission?
Bad.
Low.
Oh.
Low. So this is what people are saying. Should we be getting ahead of the virus? They're seeing case numbers go up. Are they actually, being progressive and doing something that we should have been doing all along in the pandemic rather than being reactionary, waiting for the hospitalizations to go up and then instituting it? So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. Now, preventing infection means less variants. It's not just keeping people out of the hospital anymore, it's preventing those variants. So I think it's kind of a visionary move. We'll see how it pans out.
But you like the move?
I like it because I think it's proactive. It's not reactive to the virus. Now, of course, once we take those masks off, it's hard to put them back on.
I don't want to put
right?
it back on.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's a few places that I still am absolutely wearing my mask, and I have to think about it now. It's
Tell
like,
me
where am I?
Where are you wearing your masks?
When I go to get acupuncture, I wear my mask. When I get my eyelashes done,
Close contact. Yeah. The plane too. I think that's forever.
Yes, for sure. But speaking of the plane, because a lot of us are talking about self-care, we need a vacation. So as travel plans are going up, a lot of people are getting out. Many airlines are asking the government to roll back pandemic-era mask guidelines. I think I know what your thoughts might be on this, but why don't you share?
So the CEOs are saying it for business. For business. It's not the science, because having masks on planes makes them safer. How much safer depends on how much infection there is. So right now there's not that much infection because 50% of us got Omicron in January, and that immunity lasts 3 to 6 months. But come summer, Erica, when we're all traveling and making plans, we now have BA2, which is more contagious than Omicron, circulating. We also have XE, which is a new variant, which is even more contagious than BA2. I worry that if we remove those mask mandates, we're going to get more infections this summer, messing up our vacation plans.
It seems like a simple answer. Put the mask on.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, wouldn't you feel safer traveling with masks on?
I don't think I'll ever travel again without a mask.
But here's my problem. Why is it okay to put them on in the plane and then not in the shopping mall? How is that a different environment?
Yeah.
Or a movie theater?
Well, does the
Or a
recycled air
restaurant?
have something to do with that?
Well, they do, but you're also sitting for longer, so the contact is longer. It's closer. Like, you don't sit that close to somebody in the mall or whatever. So I just sort of don't understand exactly why it's okay in one setting but not in others for us psychologically,
Yeah, well, I have a question about stress. I saw a story. Well, I'm stressed out about the mask too. But apparently 2 out of 3 adults say they were more stressed out now than ever before. They say the stress is bad for our overall health, and what can we do to relieve it? And is some of that stress because of the back and forth about, can I move around freely or do I need to put on a mask?
The pandemic has had a huge impact on our stress. And you know why stress evolved? It evolved to keep us safe from predators. So many, many years ago. But guess what? Now it's serving no purpose whatsoever except raising our cortisol, which is a stress hormone, increasing our blood pressure, making us gain weight, compromising our immune system. It just has so many adverse effects that I think that we really need to work on controlling our stress. So
I was going to ask because I think a big cause of stress for me lately is the idea that I'm not used to anything being actually constant and following through. So I tend to procrastinate on plans that I would be very early on making sure that things were in a certain order. But since I've gotten so used to things being canceled at the last minute, I tend not to. Now I'm stressing because I'm trying to catch up to something that I'm like, oh, this is actually going to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody else is feeling that way.
Absolutely.
I mean, the way that we interact with each other has changed so much. It's not just making plans, Erica, it's actually going to plans too.
Right.
I get stressed sometimes going to a big gathering, going to a wedding. Should I shake? Should I not? Should I just smile? Should I hug? So, you know, we all have to cope with our stress. That's the bottom line. And I like to watch television.
By myself.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is what I've been watching lately.
That's a good one.
It's a little dark, but it's good. But
It's weird too because I think what you said is my cortisol levels and adrenaline during the pandemic were so high. It's like I almost miss that high. Does that make sense? I wake up
you're like on a steady.
Yeah, and I'm not used to that, and I'm waiting for the high to come back in a way that's a little disconcerting.
it's not a good high, though.
No.
We got to wean you down from that high.
No, not a good high. No. All right. Thank you, doctor. If you have a question you'd like us to ask Dr. Coley, write us on social media or info@dailyblastlive.com. We'll be right back. Thanks again, Doc.
...2021 was the first full year that we've been in the pandemic, and we're getting a lot of questions about tax write-offs. First is about the cost of masks and other personal protective equipment that health officials in some states still require. So let's verify. Is PPE tax deductible? Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and accounting firm Cherry Bekaert LLP. Taxpayers have historically received a deduction for medical expenses. The IRS says that also includes PPE, like masks, gloves, and hand sanitizer. So we can verify PPE is tax deductible, but Cherry Bekaert says there's a catch. Existing IRS rules require medical expenses exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income to qualify, so the deduction won't apply to everyone. Some people have been stocking up on PPE as they get ready to return to the office, but many are still working from home. We've received some questions about whether you can write off some of the expense of having a home office. So let's verify. Can employees write off a home office? Our sources are the IRS and accounting firm Maxwell, Locke & Ritter. The government used to allow everyone to take a home office deduction if they have the setup. That changed in 2017 when Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It was intended to simplify the process of doing taxes, and that meant limiting, among other things, who can take the home office deduction. The IRS warns only self-employed people, independent contractors, and people working in the gig economy now qualify. Basically, Maxwell, Locke & Ritter explains, if you get a W-2, then you don't get the deduction. So it's false that employees can write off a home office on their taxes, although self-employed people or contractors still can. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Even that right-wing prick Reed can't dig up any dirt on him.
Yeah, could just be a random act of violence, an emotionally unstable guy acting on impulse.
It's possible, but keep digging into this Jordan Reed angle. He said there was some rumors swirling, so let's find out what they were.
Who can forget her body-inclusive Emmy acceptance speech or the many roles that make her a star? Camryn Manheim has returned to one of her very first gigs, Law & Order, in a lead role. And we got to catch up with her earlier. We had a great time. Check it out. Camryn, hello. I wanted to say first up about your name, Camryn. You weren't always a Camryn. So how did you come up with that name as an actor? I'm fascinated in names.
You know, that's true. Hello, and it's so great to see you, and thank you for having me on.
Of course.
I was born Deborah. I can't even believe I'm saying this in public. I hated that name so much as I grew up. I'm sorry to all you Deborahs, Deborahs out there. It was not my name. And I just wanted like a powerful guy's name, you know? So I thought I was going to be Sydney, Sam, or Camryn. And then I traveled around Europe with my sister. She called me a different name in every country. And Camryn was the winner. And then I decided to spell it differently because that's who I am. I just like to screw all the rules and make all of them up myself. You know?
Why? Because I can. Camryn with a Y. I love it.
What I love about my name now is that people write me and tell me that they've named their kids Camryn and spelled it my way. So that makes me really happy.
Look at that.
All right, now you received an Emmy for Best Supporting Actress for The Practice, of course. Was there a moment when you thought to yourself, could I win an Emmy for this?
Yeah.
Because it's weird. Was there a moment, or
Did you know?
did it just happen and you were just like, this is crazy?
Right.
Oh, no. I did not know. I was really very much the underdog. I was new to television. Nobody knew who I was. There were huge people running against me who deserved that Emmy. And so, I mean, I wrote a speech because I remember always saying, oh my God, they have a minute to say something. And they didn't think about it because they're superstitious. That's so stupid. I'm like, my writing a speech in my, bedroom isn't going to stop the voters from voting for me. So I decided to just write a speech. And I remember with my hair and makeup team, I said, is it going to be stupid if I thank all the fat girls? Will it be a Sally Field moment? Like, you like me, you really like me, and then go down as just a terrible, moment. They're like, and they looked at me like, maybe that would be stupid. But I decided to do it anyway. That was spur of the moment. Yes. The whole thing was spur of the moment. It was crazy. It was incredible.
You appeared on 3 different episodes of Law & Order before landing a lead role in the reboot. Out of those 3, I got shot in the boob once on CSI Miami, so I know I'm pretty much just like you, just like an extra, a person on that scene. Yeah, exactly. Do you have a favorite of those 3 walk-on roles?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was a really interesting role. I played a foster mother who really kind of had a foster kid for the check and not because she cared.
I mean, who hasn't?
It was really dark. And
Sorry.
And so she, the kid's gone missing and she didn't even know.
Wow.
But I remember I got to smoke in the show. Like, nobody does that anymore. I thought that was the coolest thing. The shot starts with me lighting a match and bringing it up to the cigarette. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, you're Marlon Brando.
They didn't let us smoke in college.
Yeah, right on. Good for you. So you are the envy of a lot of people because I hear you are friends with Mariska Hargitay, which everybody wants to be. So tell us about that friendship. What's it like?
I met Mariska years ago, 20 years ago, through mutual friends, Maria Bello, Jolie Fisher. We'd end up at events together, and her Joyful Heart organization, I was always very, supportive of. But then I hadn't seen her in a while, and she called me as I was flying into New York. She went, girl, you're in the Dick Wolf universe. And I go, I know, Mariska, I have so many questions. She said, come on over. And I came over. She goes, I'm going to come over for dinner. And I'm like, I had huge expectations of this dinner because, she's Mariska. I thought for sure it would be catered and the whole thing. And I get there and she's like, do you want a cheeseburger or do you want a vegan burger? I went to Shake Shack. And I'm like, oh, she is a woman after my own heart.
I love it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you guys will be in each other's shows at all?
Well, I mean, if I told you, they'd kill me. I can't, no.
Right.
I don't know. There's always crossovers, and I will just say this. Stay tuned.
Yes, Camryn.
I love it.
What a good tease. Thank you so much for joining us, Camryn. Or should I say never, Deborah. DBL Nation, catch Law & Order Thursday nights on NBC. You rock my world. I will raise hell because of you. We'll be right back. Thanks a lot, love.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We've all likely had a moment where we swiped our debit card or wrote a check only to wonder if we really had enough money in our account to cover it. If we didn't, our bank might pay the transaction anyway and then pass along an overdraft fee. These fees have become controversial in recent years as government regulators crack down on deceptive or fraudulent overdraft policies. Now, a viral meme comparing the amount paid in overdraft fees in 2011 with how much property was lost during burglaries that year is making the rounds again on Twitter. One recent tweet has more than 75,000 likes. So, let's verify. Did overdraft fees cost Americans more than 6 times as much as burglaries in 2011? Our sources are the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the FBI, and financial research firm Med Services. The meme, citing MEBS, says Americans paid nearly $31 billion in overdraft fees in 2011. Verify located a study conducted by the firm that confirms banks did take in nearly $31 billion in overdraft revenue during the fiscal year that ended in June 2011. Next, we checked the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting Program, which tracks burglary statistics. The Bureau confirms that Americans lost nearly $5 billion from burglaries that year. So, it's true. Overdraft fees did cost Americans more than 6 times as much as burglaries in 2011. But that was more than 10 years ago. Since then, the disparity has widened. In 2019, the most recent year with both statistics, MEBS reported banks collected more than $34 billion in overdraft fees, while the FBI estimated Americans suffered $3 billion in burglary losses, nearly 12 times less than the amount banks made in overdraft fees. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says overdraft fees take advantage of vulnerable people and points out 76% of people bring their accounts into the positive within 1 week of being hit with a fee. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. The federal government gave out billions of dollars to Americans last year as stimulus checks. Now, with tax season on the horizon, Verify viewer Kathy wants to know, does the federal government tax stimulus money? So Kathy, let's verify. Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities. The IRS tells Verify, quote, the third economic impact payment is not includable in your gross income, unquote. So, no, you aren't required to pay federal taxes on stimulus money. Still, a lot of Verify viewers have contacted us to say they didn't receive their money or received the wrong amount. The Center for Budget and Policy Priorities explains there's a space on the tax form for the Recovery Rebate Credit. This is part of a worksheet where you can compare how much you received with how much you should have gotten. From there, the government will either apply any missing money to your taxes or give it to you as part of a refund. Don't worry if the government overpaid you. The IRS says you don't have to pay back the difference. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We have some expiration dates to keep in mind when it comes to your home. It's time for some DBL home tips presented by American Home Shield. First, the shelf life of cabinets are up to 50 years. Second, carpet should be scrapped after 8 to 10 years of traffic. Third, you should expect to ditch your dishwasher after about 10 years.
What?
Finally, consider retiring your washer and dryer between 10 to 15 years. A lot of feedback. An American Home Shield home warranty plan helps cover many things homeowners insurance leaves out. You can rest easy knowing you're ready for whatever breakdown strikes next. So visit ahs.com to find a plan that's right for you. And as always, remember, we're all dealing with burdens we know nothing about. Be good to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.